Well, what we saw was communications didn't pull back so much. The AI business pushed it forward quite a bit. Welcome to the Drill Down Earnings. A quick look at the latest earnings from Coherent. Business story behind a stock on the move, of course. I'm Futurum Group's chief market strategist, Cory Johnson. Coherent earnings, a really interesting company making the little stuff that makes AI data centers work, but an interesting, problematic company because it makes some other stuff maybe nobody wants. Well, maybe that's an exaggeration, but look, deep exposure to AI data centers. Coherent reported second fiscal quarter earnings in 2024, and they were good. Wall Street likes to say beat or miss, and we're going to call this a slight beat. But when we dig into the business story, behind the numbers, behind the miss and the beat, what this business did, the actual numbers, pretty good quarter for the company in terms of revenues and earnings. But beyond those headline numbers, how do we make sense of these results? Coherent sells some really cool equipment into one sector that's doing great, AI data centers, and another sector that's not doing so great, communications equipment. It reminds me of the Dr. Dolittle exotic animal, the push me pull you. What? You don't remember the push me pull you?
It's a push me pull you. Look. Holy O'Reilly, forgive me. I'll never touch another drop.
So in fact, the other end, they're very timid. This is without doubt the first one's ever been captured.
So the push me pull you, yeah, that's the right metaphor here. At least that was the worry, right? The communications business was going to pull back from the growth of Coherent, whereas the AI data center business was going to push it forward. Well, what we saw was communications didn't pull back so much. The AI business pushed it forward quite a bit. The lasers that help make semiconductors in this industry did okay, but my goodness, the datacom optical transceiver business grew at 100% year over year. Their 800G revenue increasing just sequentially 100% to $100 million. That business is growing like gangbusters. Wall Street loved it. Look at the chart. Overnight, the stock up over 18%, nearly 19% as the day went on. And for the year, if you look at this business, in the last year, the business is up, 33%. We've seen other stocks do better, but a lot of that in the last few weeks, a lot of that this week, a lot of that today after these fantastic results. And now the company's just got to deal with it. The excitement here isn't the trailing 11% revenue growth. No, it's the steep ramp of transceiver sales. Here's Coherent CEO Chuck Mattera talking about how they're getting ready for more growth to come.
As you know, anytime you go through such a steep ramp, what's lying in front of you with regard to constraints is what you're trying to get out in front of. So if you look in the rearview mirror, the constraints have surely eased and moderated. But when you see the size of the ramp that we're going up, we have to manage a number of constraints. The first constraint, then the second and third, we have to anticipate them. We have to get our agreements with suppliers in place. And we're looking beyond FY24. This is a super excited and super hot market. We're in the process of looking out well into FY25 to be sure that our supply chain can keep up with us.
So when you hear a company talking about getting all their suppliers in line, getting ready for growth in 2024, getting ready for growth in 2025, that is bullish for Coherent. You see it in the stock performance today. But what is the big takeaway? And once the drill down bite, the one number that tells us a whole lot, we'll have all that right after this.
The Drill Down is brought to you by the Futurum Group, where analysts, researchers, advisors, content creators, and marketing experts help business leaders anticipate and understand shifts in their industries and build strategies to leverage disruptive innovation. With deep analysis, Futurum Group's extensive industry experience delivers reliable research and data, thought leadership, and actionable advice to help you with your strategy and go-to-market efforts. Futurum Group.
All right, so here's your quick drill down earnings takeaway from the just reported quarter from Coherent. A really strong business here that's turned around a little bit in the most recent quarter just reported, but the guidance was everything. The sale of optical transceivers into AI data centers growing 100% quarter over quarter. And that's what brings us to the drill down bite, the one number that tells us a whole lot about Coherent earnings. If you look at the turnaround in revenues for this business, just a little bit of an uptick in what they're calling their second fiscal quarter. You and I would call it a calendar quarter. So a 7% increase quarter over quarter for this business, but it represents a trend because you can see the quarterly revenue trend going down, 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 and now up. And then we have this news of this 100% growth in their optical transceiver business. That's fantastic news for Coherent. It's all about AI data centers, stock benefiting quite a bit today. All right, thanks for listening to Drill Down Earnings. I'm Cory Johnson, following our quick earnings takeaways on TikTok, on Instagram stories at Drill Down Pod, and yes, you can follow our more robust earnings reports on YouTube, and follow me on X at Cory TV. Follow, like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you. The Drill Down Earnings is part of the 6-5 Media Group.